So you're thinking about buying your first home. Awesome! It's an exciting time and can also be stressful. So today we're going to dive into the home buying process so that before you sign the bottom line and pack that first box, you'll know exactly what's going to happen and be able to handle it like a pro. So you're anxious to go house shopping, but pump the brakes a moment. We need to check and make sure that you can get a mortgage. Now, part of the mortgage, of course, is your credit score. Your credit score will determine what kind of interest rate and terms that you can get. Having a better credit score helps you have lower interest rates, which means you can qualify for more mortgage. And the more mortgage you can qualify for, the more options that you're going to have. Now, don't say, oh, well, I'll just pay off all my credit and I'll be good. Believe it or not, paying off everything you owe can actually drop your credit score. So what you want to do first is talk with the lender, let them take a look at where you are and advise you as to what to pay off or not. Also, once you're pre-approved for a mortgage, don't open any new lines of credit. Don't increase your debt. You want to keep it as is. Why go through this? Is if you can't get a mortgage, you can't buy the house. And it's no fun going to looking at a house that you can't afford, so the mortgage will actually help you set your budget. Because again, I don't want you being all brokenhearted that you fell in love with a 4-bedroom, 3-bath and it's $200,000 above your budget. It also makes you a stronger buyer. We still have some multiple offers going on. So if they're looking at your offer and compared to somebody else's and they have a pre-approval and you still have to apply for your mortgage, you're probably not going to get that house, even though you may be offering more money, because you're not showing up as a very stronger buyer and nobody wants to be heartbroken. Now, there's pre-qualified and pre-approval. What's the difference? Some lenders will tell you that they're really the same. No, they're not. Pre-qualified is where you're giving them your verbally your income information, the bills that you pay, and so forth. They will then compute that to say, oh, well, then you should qualify for X amount of dollars. Then you get under contract because, hey, you got a pre-approval letter. And you get under contract, and now you have to give them tax returns, bank statements, and so forth to get the pre-approval done. And maybe the information that they've pulled or that you provided them now, yeah, you didn't qualify for that much mortgage after all. It's actually this, and that's below what you're under contract for. So again, that leads to a broken heart. So a pre-approval is where you have turned in the tax returns, the financial statements, and so forth, bank statements. So this is where you want to be. If you are going up against somebody who's pre-qualified and you're pre-approved, that makes you a much stronger buyer. It's a good idea to find an agent who works with first-time home buyers. This is new to you, so you need somebody who's comfortable with explaining what's going on and being able to answer any questions that you may have in the process. Communication is key. So you found your agent and now you want to have a sit down and do a consultation, and you want to have 2 lists prepared. One that's your must-haves and the other one is your nice-to-haves. This helps your agent understand what are your non-negotiables. You need 3 bedrooms, needs to be close to your work, maybe a certain commuting distance. And then the nice-to-haves, maybe you want a big backyard. It would be nice to have, not necessary, or perhaps close to a park. All of this helps your agent help you find the best property that fits you. The 3 most important words in real estate: location, location, and location. You can change the kitchen, you can change the layout, you can change the paint, you can redo the landscaping, but you cannot change your home's location. So you want to make sure that the location of your home is where you want it to be. Is it near work, near a park? Is it not up against a highway? Is it not up against something that's going into the neighborhood that maybe would make it less desirable? So you always want to check that stuff and make sure that the location is where you want it to be. When we go to place the offer, we have contingencies. Contingencies are things that must take place in order for the contract to move forward. And so we want to name these contingencies, and these contingencies are inspection, finance, and appraisal. The inspection, of course, is property, termite, radon, septic, maybe even pool, fireplace, etc. Different properties will need different types of inspections, but these, especially these three here, are your main ones. So the house has to pass inspection in order to keep the contract moving forward. So once inspection is done and things are addressed, then this one is done and we move forward to finance. Because you have to make sure that you can get the financing so you can purchase the home. Nothing worse than saying, yeah, I'm going to buy the house no matter what, but you can't because for whatever reason your lender didn't approve it. And then the appraisal. The appraisal is where a third party comes in and checks to make sure that the value of the home is going to match the mortgage that you're getting from the lender. If there's discrepancies in this, they can usually be rectified with renegotiations and hopefully don't have to terminate the contract. But in most cases, you're able to negotiate that so that you can keep moving forward. It's closing day. Congratulations. You're going to sign a mountain of paperwork, your loan disclosures, your documents, and so forth, and also pay your closing costs and any remaining down payment that you haven't already. Normally you wire those funds the day ahead of closing so that everything is all ready and right there. Be sure to read through those documents and ask any questions of the closing personnel to make sure you understand what you're signing. Don't forget to work out moving logistics. Schedule the moving truck if you need to get one. If you're using friends in their trucks, make sure you have plenty of pizza and beer ready for those that are helping you out, or if you're using a moving company. Definitely want to have all that lined up. Also, you want to make sure that you have your utilities set up, such as your electric, your water, your internet, and your cable. It's no fun moving in on a Friday after you've closed and have no utilities over the weekend while you're trying to get everything moved in. And here's one that a lot of people forget. Change your address. Whether it's your credit cards, your magazine subscriptions, if anybody gets those anymore, friends and family, they have your new address. Amazon don't want your packages going to your old address and benefiting that new resident. So make sure you get with the post office and do a change of address. Well, there you have it. We covered a lot of ground because there's a lot that goes into buying a home for the first time. So if you have any questions, comments, mark them on here and let me know and I'll get back to you on those. And if only those boxes would now unpack themselves. Thanks for joining me on the tour. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more videos about Nashville and its neighborhoods.